Capri is an island on the Gulf of Naples in Italy. The main town on the island is also called Capri. The many explanations for the name of Capri are all disputed. Anna Capri is a separate town to the west on the island. The island has two harbours, Marina Piccola, small marina, and Marina Grande, the main port of the island. The island was inhabited from the Bronze Age. Virgil states in the Aeneid that Capri was populated by the Teleboi. These were Greeks. Augustus loved Capri to the extent that he swapped Ischia for it. He often stayed here in his final years and built his own personal paradise on the island. Tiberius also lived out a self-imposed exile on Capri after 26 AD. Between them, they built 12 extraordinary villas on Capri, but also heavily invested in the infrastructure on the island. Tiberius lived in Villa Jovis, the best preserved of the villas, and he stayed here apparently to avoid the risk of assassination in Rome. Other villas include Villa Damecuta. On the death of Tiberius in 37 AD, all was abandoned and left to the elements. Emperor Commodus confined his sister Lucilla to Capri in 182 AD before she was soon after executed. To learn more about La Bella Italia, consider subscribing. As the Western Roman Empire collapsed, Capri underwent repeated attacks from Saracen pirates who would destroy, take plunder, and take away slaves. Constantius is the patron saint of Capri. He was described of having imperial lineage and possibly having been the Bishop of Constantinople, but again his backstory is disputed. The population of Capri and Amalfi on the mainland prayed for St. Constantius to protect them from these Saracen pirates who would raid the coastline on a regular basis. In the 12th century, a fortress was finally built to defend the people against future attacks. Capri was now under the rule of Naples, and this continued until 1860, when the Risorgimento happened. The pirate raids were particularly violent during the reign of Charles V. In 1535, the pirate Barbarossa overwhelmed Capri and set fire to the castle, which was then renamed Barbarossa Castle. The troops of Dragotuk overwhelmed Capri again in 1553. Only after 1571, with the long-running Battle of Lepanto, did the Christian navy finally inflict a defeat on the Ottoman navy. Capri was then devastated by the plague in the 16th century, along with the rest of Italy. Napoleon's French troops occupied Capri in 1806. The British soon ejected the French and converted Capri into a strategic naval base. The French soon returned to Capri and stayed until 1815, at which point Capri passed into Bourbon control. Capri was now the location of a number of bitter struggles between Napoleon's empire and the British. The first recorded tourist to visit the island of Capri was French, an antiques dealer called Jean-Jacques Bouchard in the 17th century. His diary, found in 1850, is an important record of life in Capri at that time. He was the first in a long line of tourists that would follow. Ignazio Cerio catalogued Capri's plants in the 19th century, and his son Edwin Cerio would write about life in Capri. Queen Victoria of Sweden often stayed on the island to meet her doctor Axel Munther. Rose O'Neill, the illustrator, owned Villa Narcissus. Gracie Fields, the actress, lived on the island and is buried on Capri. Hotel Kisisana opened in late 19th century, and monarchs, aristocrats, politicians all flocked to Capri. Notable guests at Hotel Kisisana include Tom Cruise, Sidney Sheldon, Gianni Agnelli, Claudette Colbert, Jean-Paul Sartre, Gerald Ford, Sting, and King Farouk I. Capri offered the perfect mix of hospitality and discretion. A book written about the Blue Grotto, August Kopisch, inspired many other travellers to follow. Before the First World War, Capri was a popular location for allegedly gay men, including John Ellingham Brooks, pianist and scholar, Somerset Maugham, writer, Friedrich Alfred Krupp, industrialist, Norman Douglas, writer, Jacques d'Adelzward Fersen, poet, Emil von Behring, scientist, Curzio Malaparte, the fascist writer, Axel Munther, doctor, and Maxim Gorky, political activist. In 1897, Oscar Wilde and his lover Lord Alfred Douglas made an all too brief trip to Capri. They caused an uproar and fled, leaving Oscar Wilde to travel to Taormina instead. In 1908, Lenin visited Maxim Gorky in Capri. From the 1950s, this was the centre of the Jet Set Cafe Society. Things you should know about Capri. It holds an annual tango festival, a folklore festival, and a film festival. Sant'Antonio is the patron saint of Anna Capri. Alex Munther lived in Villa San Michele, and this is also the location of a bird sanctuary as well as an art gallery. Marathon del Golfo Capri is a swimming event between Capri and Naples on the mainland. Three-quarter trousers are also known as Capri pants. Chiesa di San Costanzo is named after Saint Constantius, the patron saint of Capri. It is said that the celebrity resident of Capri is Mariah Carey, the singer. Things to see in Capri. Piazza Umberto I is the centre of Capri. Belvedere of Tragara is a promenade. Anna Capri. The Blue Grotto, Grotta Azzurra, is the most visited attraction on the island. The ruins of the Imperial Roman villas. The Gardens of Augustus. Villa Lysis, Via Krupp, Arco Naturale, Villa Malaparte, Certosa di San Giacomo, the museum, Faraglioni, Monte Solaro,